It was snowing just now, but it doesn't seem to be now. The road's kind of wet. I wonder if it kind of just turned into rain, but that's fine, that's fine. So, as you can probably tell, it's another chilly day. But you know what? I don't think it's actually as cold as it was earlier, believe it or not. It's currently, I don't know, like 7 o'clock. And it's definitely much warmer now than it was at like, I don't know. Well, it must have been about 7 o'clock this morning when I got up and went to work. Yeah, even the roads don't even seem too icy, but I'm definitely gonna be careful, especially coming home later. But yeah, it's leg day. We skipped the last leg day just to recover a little bit, as I was still feeling quite a lot of fatigue after not having trained legs for quite a while, like the last month or so, just while I finished my cutting phase. Didn't really want to train legs. Just had no energy, to be honest. Maybe a bit of an excuse. But yeah, we're hitting legs again today. Trying to get up to 2 days a week. If I can hit legs 2 days a week, I'll be happy with that. But yeah, aside from that, today in general, the day went really quick. Just a pretty average Tuesday, nothing crazy happened. I didn't even really do much when I got home from work. It was kind of unproductive, I guess, if I'm being completely honest with myself. I've eaten all my meals, but other than my post-workout meal. So I feel nice and full, I'm nice and fueled up, ready to hit legs. I was going to go and hit the gym earlier, but I actually just decided to mope around for a bit, get as much energy in me as possible before going out as I am now and hitting them legs. Last night was cool. I finished playing Are We There Yet with, which was honestly really fucking fun. I'm so happy we played that game. I'm always a bit skeptical of those like indie games, weird indie games. But I can't remember who suggested it, but I give them credit. It was a fun game. It would definitely, be one to remember, and I think we'll probably go back and replay that at some point. Such a fun game. But yeah, we had like some pretty deep chats before we started playing, just in Discord. Yeah, talking about like manifestation, and I was talking about how I feel like I thought my mic fell off. Talking about how I feel like this year's going to be a good year. And recently has been getting into astrology, and it's kind of been one of those things that it's always, I'll be completely honest, it's something I've always batted off and just sort of, I don't want to say laughed at, but I guess I kind of have. I've kind of always thought it's just a load of horseshit. But whenever Alex has something to say, I always listen, because I really value what he has to say. I value what any of my friends have to say, and my family. I think that's something I'm pretty good at. I'm good at listening to people. I'm not always good at putting those words into effect, but I will listen. And the way he described astrology to me, and then proceeded to provide examples, and we spent a good few hours, like a few days ago, maybe it was a couple of weeks ago, just going into it. And it did really open my eyes up and kind of surprised me. And the conclusion, I guess it's not a conclusion. I think coming to a conclusion on such a broad topic is a bit of a, I guess, a bad idea. Well, not necessarily a bad idea, but I think a conclusion suggests that you've finished your understanding of something, and my God, I've definitely not reached that point yet. But I guess your conclusion could be that you haven't come to a conclusion yet. But anyway, the way I've kind of taken to it is the same way I would take to religion. And in that sense, I'm not religious myself personally, but how do I put this into words? I need to make sure I say this right. I don't fully trust? No. Believe. I guess believe is the right word. I don't believe in any one specific religion. If there's teachings of any of them I take inspiration from the most, it would be Christianity. And that's purely from a place of where I live. I live in the UK. It's a predominantly Christian country, or has heritage. I don't know what the actual percentage of Christians in the UK are at the moment, but that's besides the point. And like books and stuff I've read, like self-help books. The biggest one the main one I can think of is 12 Rules for Life by Jordan Peterson. He references Christianity and the teachings of the Bible a lot. And there's some stuff I'll listen to and I'll go, wow, you know what? That fucking makes sense. I get that. And then I can like relate it to something in my own life. And it never really goes past that. Do I believe there's some like higher power, a God? Maybe. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that out. But anyway, that's the way I've taken to astrology. I don't believe in it full gone. Is that the word? Full gone? In like complete conclusion. Like I wouldn't bet my life on it. Wouldn't bet my life on it being like completely true, completely bulletproof. But then I don't think religion is either. And that's what I mean when I take to astrology like I do religion. Like I sit back and and I observe what I can observe, and I give a nod to stuff that makes sense to me. And if it doesn't make sense to me, then first I'll try to do everything I can to reason with it. I should probably give some examples. I can't think of any right now. I should try and reason with it to understand it, and then if I can't, I move on. But anyway, some of the really interesting stuff he showed that kind of relates to my theory of 26 being a good year. I can't remember the exact details, but basically there's a new astrological change, is that the right way of saying it? Happening in June of this year. I don't know the exact details of it. I can't remember. But what he was basically saying is that we're currently in a astrological period where there's like tension and discomfort. I can't remember all the exact wording he used, but we're going into a period of community, and that was the main word I took away. Like a period of strength and goodwill, I think was a phrase he used. And he also said he had the same gut feeling, and from an astrological point of view, it also made sense why he would feel that. And this kind of links to like manifestation, because it kind of just got me thinking, like, if everyone thinks the same way, if everyone follows the same belief, the same law, the same understandings of the world and the current vibe, then surely we're just manifesting our own reality. And the reason I draw this idea is because that's kind of what religion is as well, in my opinion. A group of people, a community, have a faith. They all believe in one thing. They have a text that they follow to guide them, and to some extent manifest their future. Or not manifest their future, manifest their present, manifest themselves, what it means for them to be them. I don't know if any of this even makes any logical sense. This is just shit I'm thinking. So I apologise if I worded something a bit wrong or got something a bit wrong. That wasn't a Ferrari that overtook me just now, it was a Ford Fiesta. Just so you're aware. Welcome to Britain. But yeah, that's kind of where we got to with that. And we spoke about it for like a decent amount of time. I'd say it was probably 20 minutes, half an hour or so. But I think it's going to be a reoccurring theme throughout this year. I just have good prospects. I'm optimistic, some may say. And it's interesting that I said this before the year started. There's a weird thing that always happens to me before a period of good run. Before a good run, I fall out of bed. And that is probably the most random thing you thought I'd say. But in the start of 2024, I just came out of a pretty shit 2023. My parents split up. I split up with my girlfriend. I didn't really know what I was doing with my life. I was just on a bit of a weird track. I didn't really have a goal. And I had those same gut feelings in 2023 that I did in a couple of weeks ago, or I've been having for a couple of weeks as we approach the end of 2025. And then at the start of 2024, I just got stuck in this like trance of thoughts and ideas, and I started meditating, and I don't know, everything just kind of started going right. And that all happened after I started falling out of bed in the middle of the night. It's such a weird like thing to happen. It's so random. But it happened a couple nights ago. And I didn't really think anything of it until I remembered. And maybe this is me now, like manifesting a good year. But even like my Twitter feed on Twitter, like I've seen a couple people tweet like, I feel like there's good vibes this year. And it's weird because there's no reason for there to be. Last year was a bit shit. Government tensions between the public feel like they're at record highs. Feels like everyone's depressed, just trying to get by, living paycheck to paycheck. And I don't know. It's just a pure gut instinct. Pure gut instinct. But yeah, I think I'll leave that at that. There's a few other bits I want to say, but I'm nearly at the gym now, so I think I'll leave them for another day, and I'll think about this a little bit more, because I want to make sure I say. Well, I'm not so concerned about saying the right thing. I just want to make sure. Well, I guess I am. I want to make sure I say what I want to say properly. And that's part of the reason why I'm doing these, is I am literally just talking off the top of my head. I'm not really thinking too difficult about what I'm saying. And that purely stems from the fact that when I journal physically writing down, I will literally spend like way too long rewriting the same sentence over and over and over again, just because I want to make sure it's perfect and phrased and flows nicely, phrased well and flows nicely with the rest of the sentence. I can't do that when I'm talking like this. But you know, hopefully over time I'll squeaky brakes, my speech will get better and we can improve my speaking abilities. That would be pretty cool. That's the aim of this anyway. That's the frickin' aim. That's a big bus. I really need a wee. I should have gone before I left. That's fine. All I can think about is needing a wee. Okay. Right. We're almost there. I will leave you here. I didn't even plan about talking about any of this. I didn't even plan of talking about any of this today. Kind of just happened. But it felt good. It felt good to get some of this off my chest.